Hey, what's up you guys? It's Mike Nardi here. For anyone interested in making money online, you've probably heard a lot about the concept of diversification and creating multiple streams of online income. The concept of diversification is pretty simple. Basically, you want to create multiple streams of income so that if any one stream of income goes away, you have other streams to fall back on and keep up with your income earning online. Simple. It's basically a safety net and gives people a sense of security, especially people who are making money on Fiverr or doing other types of freelance work. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to potentially diversify your sources of income as a Fiverr seller. So in this video, I'm gonna go through the process of me setting up an account on guru.com. So I recently decided to create an account on guru.com as kind of an experiment and part of my whole diversification strategy. So in this video, I'm gonna talk about the process of creating an account, how easy or difficult that was, my thoughts on Guru, and just some feedback on how I think Guru might stack up to Fiverr. But before I get into the video, I need to ask a small favor of you. If you've ever smashed the like button on a YouTube video, but you haven't smashed the like button on this YouTube video, you need to diversify your smashing of the like button and make sure you're smashing the like button on this video and subscribing to the channel. I appreciate it. All right, so what is Guru.com? For anybody who doesn't know, Guru.com is a freelance marketplace similar to Fiverr. They're basically a competitor of Fiverr.com. According to Wikipedia, Guru.com has been around since 1998 and originally went by the name of eMoonlighter.com. I prefer the Guru.com branding, to be honest. So why did I decide to create a profile on Guru.com? Well, if you know me, you'll know that I've been selling as a copywriter on Fiverr for about the past 3 years, and it's been great, a fantastic way for me to make extra money online. Now, there's no part of me that's looking to move my whole business over to Guru.com. That's not it at all. The reason I kind of decided to create an account on Guru.com is because for the longest time, I hear a lot of people complaining or talking about how they wish they'd started selling on Fiverr sooner. People always rant about how if they started sooner or if they got into Fiverr or a freelance marketplace in the early days, it would be easier because now everyone thinks it's saturated. So I was looking for other freelance sites outside of Fiverr and Upwork that were a little bit smaller, less competition, less sellers, less buyers, to kind of test that theory out to see if, starting on a site that was smaller might give me a little bit more of an edge in an environment that is quote unquote less saturated. And I thought Guru.com really fit the bill there because it is much smaller than Fiverr based on what I've seen, and might be a great way to diversify as a freelancer if it is a platform I could be successful on. So that was really my whole thought process around why I should create a Guru.com account. So the whole Guru.com create account process was pretty simple, and honestly that's what I expected in 2021. You create a profile, add a picture, add some skills, create a services listing, and away you go basically. It was simple, and I really appreciated the simple welcome email that Guru sent over to me once I signed up. And it basically outlined their two main rules, and I like that they outlined this. Rule number one was you have to be hired on Guru.com, which makes sense. And rule number two was you have to be paid through Guru.com, which also makes sense. That's how they make their money. So after getting my account set up, my initial thoughts on Guru.com was straight up, it is not as intuitive or as easy to use as Fiverr.com is. Now, this could very well be based on the fact that I've been a Fiverr seller for the past 3 years. Maybe I'm just not used to Guru.com, but basically coming from Fiverr, I'm really used to the concept of creating a gig and buyers generally finding your gigs, shopping through your gigs, looking at your gig portfolio, reading the description, and picking a package and ordering your services that way. In Guru.com, the whole quote-unquote gig listing, or they call it a services listing, just isn't as attractive or as intuitive as a Fiverr gig listing is, in my opinion. I'll put a screenshot up to show you what I mean. Basically, it's just a block of text and a little portfolio section at the bottom. I really think they could do a better job here to make the whole process of buyers finding sellers a whole lot easier. But the more I dug in, I kind of started to realize that maybe that's not Guru's strategy. So the more I poked around, it became pretty apparent that Guru was more focused on having buyers able to post jobs on guru.com and sellers finding those jobs, bidding on those jobs, and providing quotes on those jobs. Basically, it felt a lot like the main way you get work through guru.com is very similar to how you would on fiverr.com through the buyer request function. So I looked at the find job section, and there was just under 3,000 total jobs on the whole site, and when I clicked through to the copywriting portion of it, there were only 15 active jobs. So definitely a much smaller playing pool, less saturated, quote unquote, than Fiverr, but less opportunity too at this point. So, who knows? Maybe if I kind of bounce between Fiverr and Guru, I can build up a business on guru.com. But, really early on into my little exploratory session of Guru, I started to get the feeling that there was just much more opportunity on Fiverr.com due to its sheer size, right? And I think that goes against the objection a lot of people have when they complain about it being oversaturated. So should you create a Guru account? Well, if this video's taught you anything, I hope it's that, looking at Fiverr versus Guru, Fiverr just has much more opportunity for sellers based on how big the platform is. But that's not to say you shouldn't create a Guru account. For those of you who want to explore selling on an account with less competition, a smaller pool of sellers, Guru could be a great option. And, if you're just starting out, why not just create an account on both, bounce between the two? Maybe you can create a successful business on both. I don't think that hurts at all, and I think if you're looking to diversify your sources of income between Fiverr and other freelancing platforms, you should definitely consider Guru. So yeah, if you're gonna create a Guru account, let me know in the comment section. I'd be really interested in hearing what your experience is like getting your first order, and I'll do the same. If I get an order on Guru, I'll document the process. I'll let you know how that process went, payment, delivery, all of that, and we can talk about it to really validate whether or not it is a great option for freelancers. Anyways, that's it for this video. Let me know what you thought in the comment section, and until next time, cheers.